Hold on, I wonder.
You ready? I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know what we. Yeah.
we are live.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. Definitely good afternoon. Coming off the morning.
We live. Oh yeah. I gotta see how many people we got inside the train. Let's see. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the late start today. We just had some things we had to get together.
Better late than never.
So just give us a second just to get everything together. While we getting ready, don't forget to become a member. Tales from the Jails. Subscribe and become a member for those who aren't members as of yet. You know, like my guy Otis Ryder always said, and I keep saying it. Show support to keep us out of court.
Show support to keep us out of court. That I'm gonna get me a T-shirt with that, man.
Shout out to Otis Ryder. That's Ryder. He came with that, man. Gotta give him his flowers on that one. All right. Let's go here.
It's 11 watching right now.
Got 11 in there watching. 11 watching.
They tapping in already.
Tapping in.
I want to thank y'all for the support, man. Of y'all following us, man. Of this real talk that we got for y'all, man. Where y'all can be aware of the traps of the system if you decide to go out there and stand on business or whatever it's called nowadays. And I'm not saying. Well, I am saying it's wrong to do it, but if you want to do it, just know what comes behind that. That's why we give you these stories, man. We give you these facts. I don't like to use the word stories, but I'm gonna let you know if it ain't the casket first for y'all. And if this jail becomes a part of the equation of you standing on business, this is when I'm gonna give you everything full and direct of how it's gonna go down.
For sure. So, we do got some people. And I want to shout out to everybody that's here early and on time. John Michael. What's up, my guy? I don't know if this Pack or Pac. Yeah, shout out to you. Grumpy Bundy 716. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. So there should be more guests tuning in as well. But today we want to talk about racism in the prison systems and in the court systems. Most notably, we saw a preacher who was accused of molesting children since 1986, I believe. Multiple children. He got sentenced. He got a 10-year sentence, I believe, with 6 months incarcerated, and then in the remaining 10 years will be probation. But on the flip side, it gets mine like Sean Puffy Combs. A lot of people say he was having a threesome. Which is against what we believe, but he was having a threesome. And he got 5 years for just having
4 years.
Well, we got 50 months, right?
Yeah,
50 months. But he was in it for a year, so 50 months. 50 months is 5 years, right?
No, 50 months is 4 years. 60 months is 5 years.
Okay, I apologize. Well, he got 4 years in prison, and for having
Relations.
agreed upon relations with women outside of his his wife or significant other, which was agreed upon, which everybody agreed.
His wife, they was having a good time.
Yes,
I'm sure like a lot of y'all out there has a good time. It ain't nothing wrong with. I don't think it's a crime to have a good time.
Yeah, in certain ways. So
in certain
there's
ways.
levels to it, but for me, Puff gets all he gets incarcerated.
Not to say that I'm backing the accusations that they sent that Puffy. I'm only backing the part of him wanting to have fun and the way he was doing it. Now all that other allegation stuff and all that, I don't agree with certain things. But if his overall standpoint is just him having a good time with his lady agreeing and whoever they brought on board and they agreed and everybody was all happy and had their party and left on happy terms, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then you look at but you look at this, right? You look at this, and you see Puff get all that time, get that time, for whatever he did, but this man's accused of molesting children.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple witnesses, multiple people came forward. They slapped this man. This is a slap on the wrist. This man is I'm talking about children.
In the federal system, we came up with a slogan that said you got to have the complexion for the connection, and that basically is saying if you're white, you're right, and if you're black, you ain't tight at all. You know what I'm saying? So, they got similar cases. These two people, this Caucasian man, that's a friend of Trump too. We want to make y'all aware of that. This is his guy. This is a buddy of his. He knows him very well.
Talking about the preacher?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a friend of Donald Trump, our standing president as of now. A man got convicted, like you said. Convicted. He went to trial. He didn't take a deal and none of that. He got convicted of having relations with multiple children. One is bad enough, but with multiple. And like you said, they sentenced the man to a 10-year prison term, which would be 120 months. Out that 120 months, he is guaranteed to do 6 months and be released with the rest of it on the back end on the street.
Yes.
Whereas though Puffy got convicted of some minor charges, lesser than charges than that of this Caucasian man, of having a way too much fun, and got sentenced to 50 months.
Yes.
Like sometimes the proof is in the pudding. We ain't even really got to get it, which we will though. We ain't even got to get into it and explain. We're just showing you the racial disparity in certain cases, man. Black folk ain't got no win, man. Black folk ain't got no win at all, man. And I'm not saying that again. I'm not up here, taking up for Puff for the things that he did. I'm just saying he had a good time. But I'm looking at the overall, cases that's going on out in the world today. And I see similar cases, but one ethnic group is getting lesser time than the other.
And I don't even think anyone said that with Puff that they had that the sex, whatever, the acts wasn't consensual.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't read that I saw, but like I said, these are kids. People are trusting you to, teach their children or whatever, or be around their kids, and you are molesting them.
Mm-hmm.
You should never get out of prison, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think that someone who takes advantage of children in any way should not be able to be, released from prison. I think that's a heinous crime. So this man is let go.
Mm-hmm.
Let go.
That's basically let go.
And now he's going to be out here, and he has a sickness. So his sickness is going to do what? He's going to now.
They gave him They gave him what's the word I'm looking for?
Stipulative.
No, that ain't the word, but they gave him
stipulations.
Stipulations of how he has to, put himself on a sex register offense thing. He got to let people know in his neighborhood, yeah, I'm a sex offender and stuff like that. But he ain't caring about that. He home.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna go migrate to another city or another, whatever it is, and he gonna apply for, a sexual predator. But he ain't tripping about none of that. He home. He ain't got the, all right, y'all know what I did, and that's just it. Keep your kids away from me.
Mm.
But he's free. That's the ultimate thing in this talking we talking about. He's free.
Didn't lose anything financially.
None of that. He's out
and
there.
Puff got hit with all these fines and all this stuff.
And still getting hit fines.
And he had to give the young lady, I think, gave her $20 million before he even started the trial, before he even got arrested. He gave her $20 million to try to make everything go away. So he paid her $20 million, and then they gonna get 2 years of prison out of him, for something that she agreed upon, and she was actually even saying like, she wanted to have these things go on, but they charged him for these crimes. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't some foul play in there, but from my understanding, it seemed like he was just, from what he believes, he was having a good time. Now, the prison system has failed us, and I'm gonna tell you why it's failed us. Because a lot of these crimes, or this type of crimes that are done with Caucasian Americans and African Americans, they are consistently being inconsistent in the charges.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently being inconsistent, and
it's blatant,
open.
I'm talking about like, and what? Yeah, you see what we doing. It ain't like this was quiet down and hush. It wasn't talked about because they don't want to give it too much, spotlight. But it's still not hidden from us. It's done right there in our face. Like, all right, yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because you've been in the federal pen. Do the guards treat the Caucasian inmates better than they treat the African American inmates? In your opinion,
absolutely not.
So
absolutely not. They carry. Listen, when you go through, when I just now went back and did a violation, my jail was Loretto. A lot of guys that been through the federal system know what Loretto was. I went and spent my 18 months at Loretto, which is a low facility jail. Mm-hmm. The nickname for the jail is Choretto. Now, Choretto is that they're trying to be funny because in the feds we got a name for the sex predators, which is Chomo, and that's short for child molester. So they nicknamed the jail that they sent a bunch of these guys to, which is Loretto, Choretto. Now, when you go there, you got to go through transit. We traveled they opened back up Lewisburg as far as in a transit facility. You got to go there and sit a week or two or a couple days, and then they get another bus together and send you to your jail. So everybody that they wake up for the bus for Loretto, which is Choretto, they get you up 5 o'clock in the morning. By 6:30 in the morning, we on the road. We on the road going to Loretto.
Yeah.
But the guards, they do it purposely. When we get shackled up, belly chain, leg cuffs, they'll put a black box on certain individuals. Now, the black boxes usually signify that you're a flight risk, you'll try to break loose and run, or you have probably tried to escape from another institution. This is what the black box, it's more of it secures you more than the chains and all that do. Mm-hmm. I mean, they put you on the chains and then also put that black box on you. You ain't going nowhere. So now with that being said is, when we leave Lewisburg to transfer to Loretto, they'll put the black boxes on the child molesters. Mm-hmm. The guards would. And then they'd be giving out little signs, like while we walking single file, shuffling down the hallway to get, go out to R&D and go get on the bus to go to Loretto. They'd be letting dudes know, like, everybody got that black box on, you know what that's for. And then the guards would be telling us, yeah, y'all going to Choretto, nothing but child molesters there. And then the guards would let you know, yeah, whoever we put a black box on, you know what he did. So they're lining you up. They're letting dudes know, like, yeah, he one of them. By putting this black box on, it might be 40 of us on a bus. Out of 40 people, 7 people got black boxes. That's the ones that did some child molestation stuff. And the guards will let you know that. Why are they letting you know that? They want that ass beat. Meaning they want you to go in there and beat these men senseless. Yeah, they don't do, the system will protect you only but so much. They got all these rules down in place like, yeah, if you beat up on a sex predator, you can get 5 years added to your sentence and stuff like that. And they do try to do it. But they'll turn a blind eye to it.
Wow.
Especially if they know he raped some kids and all that. And y'all in there pressing him out, making, these people, they sit in the cell all day long. Dudes will go to him like, listen, man, you ain't going to chow today. You could go to breakfast and you can go to lunch, but you can't go to dinner. During dinner time, you got to sit here and wash up and give you a yellow bucket that we mop the floors with, clean that out real good. He going to bring you a bag of drawers, about 6, 7, 8 with some T-shirts in it. He going to bring you another bag of drawers with 6, 7, 8 drawers and T-shirts. It might be about 5, 6 dudes lined up at that room dropping bags of underclothes off to you, dirty clothes that's soiled from you working out and whatever it is you was doing. And the child molester, he got to sit there and wash that out by hand. Each bag, each pair of drawers, he in that cell. I'm talking about they in there getting carried.
All day?
They can't go to, you man, don't leave out of here. I'll bring you a soup to eat. You sit here and you wash these goddamn clothes until we tell you get done. They in there, they cleaning rooms. Yo, listen, I need you to come down here and clean my cell up. And they be real compliant. They be real. Half of them ain't no street dude. These dudes is nerdy. They book smart. They know all a lot. They smart. They very, just because they play with kids don't mean they inadequate in other parts of life. They're very smart. They're intelligent. Majority of them be Caucasian men. I'm not saying that it ain't no black people that commit these acts, but majority of child molestations in jail are white men. And they're timid. They're coming from Wisconsin, from the boondocks, from the sticks. So, they in there getting carried bad. Like with Puff. Puff will be underneath the New York car. Puff is trying to go to Fort Dix right now too.
Yeah, I saw that. So now what I'm saying is because there are other Caucasian inmates that commit some of the same crimes that African Americans, Mexicans may commit. So these crimes can consist of drug dealing, so forth and so on. We see the racism by the unfair trials that we get. Like you might get a person who got caught with, a brick of cocaine, who's an African American opposed to a Caucasian American, and then the times or the guidelines are the same in the feds, but the time sometimes they'll lower it and give this person 5 years and then give the African American 12 years.
Yes, there's a lot of that going on.
And you'll look at, and then this leads to people trying to get appeals. And hey, listen, you gave this person this for the same charge, so that helps with the appeal process.
Yes.
Now,
but they're still sticking to you because he can go in between. He can do what he want in between them guideline ranges.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is,
so the appellate don't really mean nothing. He stayed inside that guideline. They could reject that. He didn't do nothing to break law. He just sitting, like if you was in the guideline range of 60 to 120 months, me and this both white boy, we got, Caucasian man, we got both the same charges.
Yeah.
He'll get sentenced to the 60 months, but he'll give me 120, which is even. When I say even, meaning he can do that.
Yeah.
He can do that and get away with it. He didn't go outside them guideline range. You understand what I'm saying?
So
he just gave me the Caucasian man the low end of it.
But a person might look at it and say, my points is like the same points he got. But you can't give me the same time you gave him?
No, but still he could do what he want.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
it's no argument there.
Okay, no argument.
There's no argument. He didn't violate your constitutional rights. He didn't come underneath it. He didn't go over top of it. He gave you in between that range. So it's favoritism there. That's all it is. Whereas though in my case, me and my co-defendant Mo, we got the same charges.
Shout out to Mo.
I got sentenced to 420 months. He got sentenced to what? Mo got sentenced to 250 months. We got the same charges. The same charges.
But your jacket was low. Well, Mo
it's
was
not,
down for the murders too.
But it's not. You keep saying the jacket. You get a guideline range. We was in that same guideline range.
So it just was the judge's opinion of what he wanted to give Mo.
Exactly. And then what he wanted to do to me. But he's still not wrong because he followed that chart.
Yeah.
He allowed to get. You can get between 6 to 12 years. Okay, he get his man 6, but he give me 10.
Now the question, what I'm asking is, like, outside of the child molesters in there, the chomos, whatever you want to call them, outside of them, like I said, maybe a person, an African American person who got locked up for drugs, and a Caucasian American who was locked up for drugs, or a Mexican is locked up for drugs. Are the guards treating them differently, even outside of the chomos situation?
You might have a little bit of that, but all convicts getting treated the same.
All inmates the same. No special job for him.
You might
get a job.
Like it might be a guard here and there that might, like when I was in California, we was getting treated different from the Mexicans because it's everybody Mexican out there. From the warden to the lieutenants to the everybody, the school, the administration, the teachers in school, everybody is Mexican. So how do you think that would go? The Mexicans got everybody is Mexican.
They can relate.
Exactly.
They can relate to one
another.
So
it's like normal. But outright just, I'm going to treat him different from, no, you really don't. They really carry it the same with everybody. They look at us as inmates. Inmate, whether you white, black, Chinese, Indian, you're inmate. And that's just it.
Now, let's go back to Puff. Puff is looking to, reports are out there that he's looking to do his time at Fort Dix.
Right.
Now, Fort Dix is low, right?
Yes.
Now, Fort Dix,
one of the violentest lows in the United States of America.
So Puff is looking to go to one of the most violent places or violent lows that we have in the U.S.
Yes.
Which is Fort Dix, and it's close to New York because it's not too far from here. Was it? How many?
40 minutes. It's close to New York and Philly. It's
That's
right
what
over
I'm
the
saying.
bridge.
It's real close. So Puff is trying to be close. Now, it's a camp there too, I believe, right?
Yes.
Because I remember I came to visit you up there.
Yeah, no, you never came. Yeah, you did.
I came to Fort Dix. Yeah, I came there, and it was like it's like on a naval base or something like that.
Yes, you got to drive on the Army base. And they check you. Then you get to the grounds of where the jail is at. The jail is on the Army base.
So I know the obvious reason that we say he might want to go there is probably because of the close proximity it is to home, where his family can get to him, so forth and so on.
Right.
Is there any other reason you think he's probably going outside of that?
That he want to go there?
Yeah, he want to go there, yeah.
Man, Fort Dix popping. That's a playground. Fort Dix got everything going on, man. The guards will tell you when you get off the bus. They'll tell you in orientation. When you get to every jail you go to, you got to sit in an orientation unit where you get classified. You'll be to a unit, but they give you the rules of how the prisoners ran and what to do. The warden will tell you off the break. Listen, you're at a candy shop now. You have cell phones. You have cigarettes in abundance. You have real street knives. Everything that a person could want in jail besides vagina, and sometimes that too. But everything else is on deck. Liquor, everything. Everything is at Fort Dix. Who's ever in the federal system, their goal is to one day reach Fort Dix life expectancy, meaning a person will last at Fort Dix is 30 days. If that, I really want to drop the number and say 2 weeks. You got dudes that got off the bus at Fort Dix and ain't make it 10 days.
Why?
Because they're getting caught with a phone.
Oh, all right.
Because you don't have this type of stuff at mediums and penitentiaries. You might have it. If it is there, it's a small rate of it. I'm talking about you walk on Fort Dix yard and go to your unit. They got 12-man rooms. Everything is a bunk bed, 12-man rooms. You'll walk in there brand new off the bus. It's 6 dudes sitting on the side of their bed on phones. You getting off the bus like you taking off your little property they gave you. Like, well, goddamn, they in there smoking cigarettes, and it's a non-smoking facility. I'm talking about real cigarettes. So you in there like, damn, this. And you hearing all this
up in the mountains?
You coming from California? I came from California to there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I left Victorville, California, my custody level dropped. They sent me to the low. That's the first low I made it there. I sat there for 4.5 years. 4.5 years is equivalent at Fort Dix to 40 years. If you get what I'm saying. If you make it a year in Fort Dix, it's like you did 10 years there. Don't nobody last long right there. That really tests a person mental to see if you're ready for the streets. You get there and just run wild. You'll get there and you see the phones and everything going on. You get up all night. They got TV rooms in Fort Dix, right? So whereas those dudes is getting fire sticks, they got TV rooms. So they'll put a sheet over the door in the room and nail it up. So now, because it ain't no doors on the TV room. I'm trying to paint it vividly where y'all could catch it. So you got about 4 to 5 of these rooms on each unit. So about 20 people could sit in there and watch whatever they're going to watch. There's one TV in there, but it's a TV room. So, in the packages that come in there, the stuff that dudes is getting in the jail, they getting fire sticks loaded. They might got a fire stick with all porn on it, Pornhub, all the good porn. So they in there, they didn't put a sheet over the door so the guard, but I'm going to tell y'all about that, but they put a sheet over the door so you can't walk past and look in and see what's on the TV. You know what I'm saying? So, but they be charging at the door, 5 macros to get in here for an hour. You know what I'm saying? We watching Pinky today for an hour.
Pinky?
Yeah, Pinky, the porno broad. You know what I'm saying? So, or we watching Skin Diamond. Skin Diamond, y'all know who Skin Diamond is. Everybody that been to the feds and freaky as a frog with a mustache such as I was. You know what I'm saying? Just different porno, but this is who we starring today for an hour, and they charging. Or they might be watching the new movies that came out. That's on the street. I'm talking about they got all this stuff on. Listen, man, come watch this movie, $5 in macros. So a dude is standing outside that TV room like, yeah, how many are you? 2 people coming in, give me 10 macros. All right, y'all go in. Boom. They making money off of it. Now, Fort Dix is so big, each unit that, we paying guys. They might get $50 a week. We might got like 6 guys that's lookout men. 2 of y'all stand on these steps, 2 of y'all stand on these steps, and 2 of y'all stay downstairs with a guard. There's one guard working a block to about 300, 400 dudes. So whenever the guard get up and go on rounds, they'll be like, Agua uno. That's a code. Agua uno. Agua dos. Uno is 1. Dos means 2. Agua is like water, but it's a code for the cop is walking. Oh, coming up the back steps. Agua dos coming up back steps. So dudes are tighten up real fast, get everything back together, put the regular program on, whatever they show in the jail institution. They took there on the sheet off the joint in there. We in there acting like we was just watching Jerry Springer. You know what I'm saying? Guard get back in the office, and the lookouts say, yeah, oh, está bien. Everything is cool. That means go back to breaking laws you was. So it's a system. It's a system that the convicts employ to continue having a good time. And they having a good time at Fort Dix.
Yeah, so they charging. So they got movie night in there.
All day, movie night, movie afternoon. All the best movies that just came out.
And XXX movies and everything.
Oh my goodness, I stayed in them rooms. Oh my eyes! As I told you, I'm freakier than a frog with a mustache. I was in them joints, man. I'm in that joint. I'm getting ready. Yeah, I'm gonna get rent me. If I ain't have me a phone, you can rent phones. Dudes is renting phones. Dude will charge you a book of stamps, which come to like $10. You know, give me a book of stamps, I'll give you an hour and a half on the phone. My whole thing is, all right, well, listen, I ain't really, all right, I'm gonna use the phone for about 20 minutes, call my girl or whatever, but go to the website, go to Pornhub. Now I'm in the stall in the bathroom, jacking off good as hell, watching the joint. No, I'm just saying, Puff is ready to, he ready to have him a ball. He ready to have a ball. If you get to Fort Dix, that's like going home, man. When you coming from them penitentiaries and FCIs and get to Fort Dix, oh my eyes, knock the fleas off of Fluffy. You gonna have you a ball. Dudes don't last long down there, man.
So listen, there, right? You said there's 12-man dorms.
You got 12-man dorms. Yeah, no, it's not 12. It's 6 bunks.
6 bunks, 12 men.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't have your own bunk there?
No. Now me and my homie Jamar, shout out to Jamar Halal Fitness.
Just do burpees.
Just do burpees all day. We was Sally's.
I remember.
We got into a 2-man cell. They got about, on every unit, they got about 15 to 22 man cells. So if you got 15 2-man cells, what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. 30. So you got 30 people that could go in a 2-man cell out of damn near 400 people. So it's hard to get a 2-man cell. Like they give it out by seniority.
Yeah.
Like say if I just came to this jail and got to Fort Dix on a unit, I'm not gonna get a 2-man cell for years because there's so many people that's in front of me. But I'll just get on the list to get into a 2-man. Like whenever one come open, I'm on the list to go into a 2-man. It's just not you going straight into a 2-man. No. But when you get a 2-man at Fort Dix, oh my eyes.
And I don't want to give stuff away, but I remember how you was telling me how people just had to get to go to certain places or get to certain places in the building to stash stuff.
Oh, yeah, we going behind the urinals. You know, we send the littlest Mexican we can find. He about 3'8", 109. He done slid. We done took the urinal off the goddamn wall. And the nigga, and all that's back there is just nasty shit. Like, that shit, because Fort Dix is an old-ass jail. And it's nasty. He done slid, and he got like 3 uniforms on, like 3 scullies, a scarf because it's spider webs. It smell like piss and shit. This is a urinal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the joint you stand up and piss in.
Oh, okay.
And dudes done slid in there. He got a bag of phones. It might be 10 of us. And then we charging you. Like say you got a phone and you don't know us, but you need a stash spot. Because we got a system at Fort Dix where we put the phones up every day. You know what I'm saying? And dudes just slide in the wall and take that joint up pipes. Guards ain't going in there. You get in there. Guards say, if you did all that, you deserve them phones. They not going in there. I don't care how much they shaking down. They not going in no urinal. They not taking the urinal off the wall unless it's like something real major and obvious. Because dudes is hiding bags of knives back there. Like we had a protocol where though we'll put the stuff up. Well, I ain't gonna give up too much because them dudes is probably still over there doing it. But we had a program. At a certain time of the night we'll put stuff up. We wouldn't take the phones out to at the 3 o'clock count. You know what I'm saying? Just to not get caught. Because these joints cost a stack, $1,500. I'm talking about little ass flip phones or a goddamn Android.
Yeah.
$1,500. It's costing more than a goddamn iPhone 17. You know what I'm saying? So you might have took 2 months to scrape up this little $1,700. I'm asking you for a deuce. I asked another homie for a tray. Now I done got the $1,700 together. You got dudes that bought a phone. My homie Mar bought a phone, right? He didn't even get a chance to take the plastic off of it. He bought the phone, put the phone in the stash spot. He had the phone for about a half hour because you got to get it activated. You got to get your peoples on the street to go get you a card. You know, you do the Jones and then you can activate the phone and you done paid the bill. He didn't even get a chance to use the phone. Paid $1,500 for it. The cops done found it.
Damn.
So it's like, damn. Then you got to go through it all over again, scrape up another $1,500 and pay for another one.
Wow.
But yeah, Fort Dix, Puff went to a very good jail for his first jail, whether he is at the camp or I think they're gonna put him in the camp. He's not gonna go to the low. That's what I think anyway. But he might go to the low. But it's both. It's going. The camp is even sweeter because they go off and get it.
What you mean?
They go outside. The camp, like I told you, the camp
like,
is going outside. The low we can't leave.
Like the guy said, when I came to see you up in
Loretto.
Altoona.
No, that wasn't. No, that's Loretto. That's Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm saying Altoona.
Oh, that's
PA.
Altoona. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I came out there, and when I remember I was outside waiting for you.
Yeah.
I saw the bull pull up, and Chew was like, "Yeah, he
taking people to the bus stop that's getting discharged."
He had the yellows on, like a yellow suit, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. They go out and work in the town or whatever town is in.
See that girl, whatever.
Yeah, all that lunch break. He hitting cheeks. He coming back for the count. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
if he gonna be straight, and then he from right there.
But now Puff going there, like you said, is wild in there. Like, you know, the best knives,
Man,
the phones.
Niggas is getting knocked out every day. Every day. One of the best fights I ever seen down there, man, or heard about, because I didn't see it. I came in on the tail end. It was a lot of stuff that I'm talking about too. But Slide, I always bring Slide up because he was a renegade in these Jones that I was at with him.
Check the situation.
You know what I'm saying? And he broke a dude. He come out when dudes is telling me your homie upstairs rumbling. So we all run upstairs, all the Philly niggas. We going up there to see what's up with Slide. We know Slide up there handling business, but we still going to his aid. When we get up there, the fight over. Slide's shirt ripped. I see him come out. Hey, I broke him up. I'm like, oh, this nigga knocking shit out again. But yeah, it's very, very, like you got dudes running down the hallways with Pooh Shiesties on, right? But they turn the t-shirt into a Pooh Shiesty. They put it over their head and tie it to where though you just see the eyes. Running in dudes say, yo, you got that phone with them knives on, let me get that. You got dudes running in, like dudes is all K2'd up, so they sitting there in the hallway looking like they off a dope, and the nigga will run down the hallway. It looked like a project building. It's 3 floors. This joint is big. One unit is big as hell. You could go down the back steps, front steps, and he be running down the hallway and then slap the shit out of him. Wow, keep on running. Nigga wake up out of his joint like, damn. Nigga done slap the shit out you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
High up the K2?
Off that K2, you stay, leave that K2 alone. The nigga never smoked again after that slap. Nigga be like, yeah, leave the K2 alone. Niggas running around slapping me. I don't even know who slapped me. They got Pooh Shiesties. And then I seen a nigga do it. It was a Soul Train line slap. 3 niggas running. You'll see it. You might come out your room and you'll see 3 niggas running down the hall in a single line. But the nigga, he at the other end of the hallway nodded. First nigga get past him. Wow, he keep going. But while he looking like, who the fuck did that? He get another one, wham. He like, damn, then the other one, wham. And then all 3 of them then turned down the joint, ran up the steps and came down the front way. Took their masks off like, yo, we smacked the shit out that nigga. like nut shit be happening in them joints.
So
like that's
they're playing around.
Yeah, they playing around. But Puff gonna be cool because the New York niggas got that yard. Like when I say got the yard, their numbers is deep. They between New York, New Jersey, Philly. You know what I'm saying? But New York or Jersey is like one of the deepest cars up there. Yeah.
Speaking of Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty just got released.
Right.
He was in he was in PA.
Yeah, he was in Waymart, PA, USP Canaan.
Yeah, he's up there. So he was there. He just got released. He came home. Now you been there?
No, I've been through. I've been there through transit.
How was it? We came through there.
That's one of the worst transits because you don't get out. Like when you go there and you gotta wait. You probably wait a couple days or whatever, a week, 2 weeks for a bus to get together to take you to whatever jail you gotta go to. Then when you're there in transit, you're not with the regular population. You're on this one unit because you're transit. This is not your jail where you're staying at.
Yeah.
So you got everybody else in the yard because they're designated to this jail. That's their jail. Now while you're there at that one particular holdover, you don't come out. They don't let you out at all. Ain't no you get an hour rec and you come back in, you don't use the phone, you don't get your email, you just gotta sit there till whenever the bus come get you. So now if your bus, say if you going to Raybrook and Raybrook don't leave for, like say if you got there today on a Monday and the guard, because when dudes get to a transit jail, they be like, yo, when Raybrook bus leave? Or when such and such bus leave? Do you ask about what jail? Like, they be like, oh shit, Raybrook just left yesterday. And they don't come back, they come every other week. So you're going to be there for 2 weeks. So you're sitting there for 2 weeks in the hole, like it's like a hole. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hole. It's like you're just sitting there.
Wow. So it's like with these transits in these prisons, like, you know, but to people that these are the places they want to be because they're close, especially when you're in the Fed. You want to be close as possible. I know I heard you say that they could send you to Texas and you live in Philadelphia, and you ain't getting no visit though. They don't even care about where your family at.
No, they don't care. But they try to say, they try to do it like this. This is how they try. The federal system try to say, yeah, don't send a person 500 air miles outside where he's from, so it can make it easy on your family. But they don't care about none of that. They don't care about it. They might try it first, and like say if you got 10 years ago, and you go to your first jail, and we both from Philadelphia, and we in a Pennsylvania jail, what's called the Northeast region. You 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna stay there the whole 10 years. Either your custody level going to drop if you ain't already at a low in a camp. You're going to get transferred to another jail, and they'll just send you wherever there's room at. You know what I mean? You thinking that you might be coming from upstate New York trying to get to Pennsylvania, and they done sent your ass to California. Now when you go to a jail, you got to do at least 18 months before they put you in for another transfer to wherever you want to go to or whatever. But you have to do at least 18 months at that jail when you get to a jail.
Would you rather have done your time at the prison you just was at for the 18 months or Fort Dix?
At goddamn Fort Dix. Fort Dix is a party. You can't get no sleep. You know what I mean? Unless you got a good 12-man room. But Loretto knocked off. There's a bunch of chomos down there. They run the jail as far as because they trying to send all of them to one jail where they don't have to keep going through every time they look up, they got to transfer them out of jail because somebody done beat their ass. So now they ain't going to let you back on the yard because they know, people want to hurt you. So they got to try to protect you as much as they can. So they're going to transfer you to this jail. And then you get here, people find out what you're there for. They beat you up. Then they transferring you to another jail. So what they do to try to alleviate that is, all right, let's make one jail just majority choma. If it's 1,300 people at Loretto, 900 of them is chomos. So, so now you got 900 chomos on the yard. They got the yard. They got all the good jobs, laundry, kitchen, education. They got all the good jobs. They assigning cells to dudes when they first get there. And you like, damn, I got to go through this nut? You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. But they got that jail for them. Wow.
Now, let's talk about the reception that Pooh Shiesty got getting out. He got out of federal pen. He get home. You see the pictures online. A lot of those guys, celebrating him. How important is that for him? Like to come home to that.
To
like the guys
support. Well, I always talk about that, man. Rather, a big part of a transition from prison to the outside world is support. Support. You see now, I'm in a good situation to where as though I'm able to, I have days where as though I be down and want more than what I probably have at the time, but I'm being impatient. But, from the likes of you as my brother and other people that's willing to help me out, the support. And he got that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you see he back out there with piles of money in his hand, brand new chains. And, a dudes that be in there 2, 3, 6 months don't come home to nothing. So now it's like, damn, I got to go ahead and do what I did to get me in there the first time to try to get something. Not that you want to do it, but you're in a bad position. But you don't have to do that. You can go out and try to seek employment and stuff like that. But the easy way, you're going to go back to what you know. You don't have nobody trying to curve you and be like, all right, we can do it this way. The support, man, he got a lot of good support, man.
Now, in the Feds, it's different cars, right?
Yes.
And when it's different cars, would you find yourself being close-knit, tight with a guy like he's your brother from a different car? Or no? Can you be close like somebody from?
Yes, you can.
Somebody from California, but you
yes,
from Philly.
Yes, you can, because like I said, you in there with them two all day long. You in there with the California niggas, the DC. I got a lot of close knit friends. Dre, shout out to Dre, man. Southeast, man, stand up. Dre is a real good companion and friend of mine. And he from DC. And I'm gonna keep it real. DC niggas run the feds. I'm saying like we ain't getting ran over like Philly dudes or nothing like that. They respect us. But they so deep in every jail, and then a lot of them ain't cowards. You know what I'm saying? They running packs, they like hyenas. And their motto is right, wrong, weak or strong. I don't care if he stole from you, you're not beating my homie up. And that's what they stick together. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you can become very, very comfortable and make a brother yours that's out of state. Yes, you can.
Wow. So, touching these topics now, we want to give the everybody opportunity to ask questions, and don't forget to show your support. Keep us out of court, man. Whatever you can donate, we appreciate it to keep us going. So any donation that you can make, we appreciate it. And we'll take questions now. So we take this time, a few minutes to get your question together. We'll start answering if we can.
I've seen one question that I wanted to Shaq. I still remember like it was yesterday when Philly was rumbling with Boston in the gym up Raybrook. After that, every city and car was like, yo, when we move out, we got to move out like them. Yeah, Shaq, you definitely was right. They sent me to the gang program behind that. I went straight to Lewisburg SMOO program, 23-1, 2-year lockdown program. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We went up there and turned all the way up.
The SMOO program, the Denzel Jones SMOO program.
And we wasn't even fighting. Matter of fact, I wasn't even there for the Boston Jones, Shaq. I wasn't there for that. I was there for the upstate New York Jones. That's when we crashed out on the yard and had a whole demonstration. You know what I'm saying? And that was with upstate New York dudes. But yeah, Shaq and them had a hell of a demonstration with the Boston dudes, Philly and Boston going at it.
And we got a question from
Fort Dix is in New Jersey too, Frank White.
Yeah, we got John Michael who said, would y'all have Leaf Ward on there after you get out of Feds?
Absolutely.
Yes, we
Why
would.
wouldn't we? It's
Yeah.
called Tales from the Jail.
He has a message because I'm
has a
pretty
message.
sure he's been, institutionalized, and he has some things he may want to change about his life, and he may want to come out and spread the word because he's been out here, and we want to support him as well. So if Lee Ford want to come up here, anybody want to come up here for that, for that matter. So. We got a question from Feek. He said, "Do you bunk with your car?"
You could try to get in a room. You could try to build, especially at Fort Dix. If we're talking about Fort Dix, you can try to make that, but then the police really don't like that. They don't want y'all getting too strong, like to pit 12 Philly niggas in one room. They be like, no, I got to bust this up a little bit. But you can get it. I seen the whereas though out the 12, it was about 8 of us in there. And we all maneuvered and finagled and got in there. But yeah, I was in a 2-man in Fort Dix with my man Mar. He from Southwest. Yeah, you right.
Some James LaFlame, he said, y'all heard FS the Bender got swooped by the feds?
Yes, I did. FS the Bender and slid down a razor blade into an alcohol river. What they gonna offer him over there is nothing like what the state going to offer of him. He's in a whole nother arena. You know how you got levels to this shit? You got rugby and you got football. That's levels to football. Yeah. He's over in the state, he could have took a deal for 1 to 2, 2 to 5. Over there is a mandatory 60 months for 922G.
What's that? What's a 922G?
A 922G is the charge for a possession of a firearm. That's a convicted felon.
That's what he been charged with?
Yes, he got a 922G.
Oh wow! So all right, wow. So yeah, six. Well, he gonna do like 5 years, possibly
60 months. Yes. That's his first time over the feds. Yes, they if he don't cop out and try to get probably 30 months or something like that, or go to trial and play with them people, he got 60 months right, nice hot on the plate, waiting on him.
But I thought he been was in the feds.
No.
He was.
He wasn't been in the feds. They just took him over there.
Oh, just now, but he was in the county.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how they do. They throw your case out over there because they can't take you if the state is still charging you with it. So what the state to do is they'll discharge your case and you be like, damn, I beat it. I'm ready to go out. No, you ain't.
You heard Siegel.
We right here. So he thought. That's what Siegel said.
Yeah. So, man, more questions we got. It says, y'all feeling smart guy after he left? How did y'all feel after he left, keeping it clean with me? So, smart guy, smart guy is a guy, he has his opinion. He has some things that he feels strongly about. For me, my thing is when it comes to the religion, like I know nobody's perfect, and I'm not qualified to teach any religion, anything, but certain things I understand to be true about Islam, and some things he was saying wasn't true about Islam, and anything that isn't true about Islam that goes against Quran and Sunnah, for me, I'm against it. So he was saying some things that, we had to cut out a lot of stuff in that interview. And for me, what made it a little uncomfortable a little bit was just to sit here. For me, it was like my first time really getting into an arena where as though I had to, sit back a little bit and let people talk. But because I understand people have their opinion, and then when you sit in these seats like this, you let people talk sometimes, and then you try not to get too street. People saying, "Hey man, I would have punched him in his mouth. I would have did this to him. I would have did that to him." But that's not from Islam either. So therefore, for me, we just decided that we was going to take from the interview to put it out, because he did have some valid points. Some things he said were true. It's just that when it goes against Quran and Sunnah, for me, I'm not with that. So, but shout out to smart guy. Hopefully, whatever issues he has, Allah can help him rectify his affairs and get his affairs in order. But we don't never want to count anyone out or say anyone is a person who can't be reformed, whether they in the prison or on the streets. But he came through, dropped some jewels. Some stuff he was saying, like I said, was cool. But some things he said we didn't agree with, or I didn't agree with, and Brahim didn't agree with it as well. So, we just wish him the best and no hate.
Two things I want to say real fast. Shaq, DM me your number, man, because I got to get you up here, man. You was 19 years old and did 27 years, and you got a large story to tell the people. And we was locked up at 2 facilities together. I would love to have you up here tomorrow on my live. So DM me, because I don't have your number. I don't want you to DM over in the chat right now on YouTube. Everybody had your number that you don't want to have, but DM me. My handle is Tales from the Jails. DM me, I get it, and I'm gonna call you as soon as I'm done this joint, and we can set something up. And to what's his name? Say let me see.
Somebody.
Oh yeah, and it's James LaFlame. 60 months is 5 years too. 60 months is not 6 years. 60 months in federal prison is 5 years. It's 12 years 12 months in a year. So you do the math. Not to say that I'm not trying, downplay you and saying that you probably, them numbers get tricky, man. You get to counting them Jones up. When I got sentenced to that 420, I ain't know that what that was for 4 days. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people just want to go back to the smart guy thing. I know people still speaking about that. Sometimes people have a perspective, and I just want to say something that, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he dealt with people with gentleness, and like I said, it was the times when people were throwing feces on him, dead animals. We read about this all the time, and he still was patient, because it was a war, and after the war, he didn't harm people who surrendered. He didn't harm them, kill them, so forth and so on. He gave them a lot of their items back. So for me, as long as nobody's not trying to harm me, physically, or do anything to my family physically, I'm not going to, feel like I need to harm anyone. But there were some points and some things there which could have made a lot of people angry and feel disrespected by what he was saying. And I was one of them. I just keep my composure, because I understand something, everybody has an opinion, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to adjust between us all at some point, in my opinion, from what I believe. Now, it says, any plans in the future for doing some workshops for convicted convicts or ex-felons for Philly? If so, I would love to help. So yeah, we do have some things that we're working on, man. Like I said, this platform, this live, we go live every day. So this live is for those who can't or may not be able to get on the main show, which airs every Thursday at 6 p.m. We got Christopher Willers tomorrow. But this platform, the live platform, is going to be a voice for any and everyone who has something to say. Anybody can come here on the live.
Women, men, children.
Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, we are setting the record straight as far as letting people know what's going on, man. We got to be the voice to the conditions, to the treatment that the men are getting inside them walls, man. A lot of people ain't talking about it enough, but a lot of people is curious about it. And the people that go to jail, they look at us as dregs from society, and some of us, we made mistakes.
Yeah,
we made mistakes, man. Nobody's perfect, man. And whether you go in there and learn or don't, you still made a mistake, man.
Exactly.
So we're coming to y'all, man. We're gonna give you everything that we have, man. We ain't gonna leave no stone unturned. Everything that we have, man. To make y'all aware, to make your family members aware, and that's just it.
Somebody, the Force Q, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make sure I'm saying that right. He says, I became an ad seg for a month, but then I liked it and finished my year in solitary confinement with my own cell. Is that weakness, or should I have went back to the dorms? I need ad segment. I'm violent.
Hold on. So you got to read that question because you broke it down like you.
Okay. He said, I became ad seg for a month. What does that mean?
He was in the hole.
Okay. He says, but then I liked it and finished my year in solitary confinement with my own cell.
Now,
Is that weakness or should I have went back to the dorms?
now,
I need ag seg. I'm violent.
okay. Now, if you didn't check in, and check in means took protective custody. If you took protective custody, it was something that you did, and I'm not saying that you did. I got to give you the truth. Now, if you a men, because I got a lot of homies that love that hole. I became adept to the hole. The hole is they bring you your food. You got all the good books. It's quiet when it's quiet. You ain't hearing the ruckus of the unit or the yard all day. And especially if you in there by yourself. Yeah, I done did 24 months because I had to because I was in the SMOO program. But I became very comfortable at the 90 days. Like, I didn't want no celly. I'm in there beating my dick when I want to do it. You know, like I'm just being real. You know, putting my sign up. You in there, you in there, and ain't nobody in there but you. You getting your thoughts together. You know, you having a good time. Well, not a good time, but you got solitude. You got quietness. You got time to think. You don't have the riffraff of other people you don't know, even people that you do know. The guards supposed to make a round every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. They ain't coming around but once an hour. So they ain't checking on you like that unless they passing out food or you got to go to medical. But you could become like conditioned to that. But is it a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. I can't really, because you're isolated now. Now it's like you're not a people person no more. Like you can't function in society. You're used to solitude. Is that good or bad, Feek? I don't know. But yeah, you wasn't out of pocket for that, man. There's a lot of men that choose solitary confinement than population.
Yeah, we got another question for you, I believe. It's stick to the script. He said, yo, Brahim, during your vacation, was there any time you felt comfortable on not having real responsibilities?
See, when I was young, when I was young, I was comfortable because I never had responsibilities when I came. I came in at 18 years old. Like, what responsibilities do an 18-year-old really got? I was out there selling a bunch of dope, man, and, doing what I want. We was getting money. We got indicted. It was a large indictment, 32 of us. So, they just don't indict 32 people for $10. It was something that you was doing. And the responsibilities I had was keeping my ass clean and paying a little rent or whatever I was in and driving my car and tricking off on chicks. That's what can you call that responsibilities? I would say no. But now I would tell you this. When I went back and served the 18-month violation, that shit was way harder than 21 years. Why? Because I had responsibilities. I had a crib that you helped me out, maintain the whole 18 months.
By the grace of Allah.
By the grace of Allah, that if you wasn't there, I'd have lost. A car that I lost because I went to jail because I couldn't make the payments. I had a son. I just recently came home. When I first came home, I had a son. So now I'm in there. I'm away from him for 18 months. I lost a lot in 18 months. That was the most stressfulest time I ever did in my life. Why? Because I was a grown man and I had responsibilities to take care of, and I couldn't because of the acts that I committed was wrong and unlawful, and that's why I had to go back to jail. So yeah, that 18 months crushed me. I'm talking about finished me. I'm the boy humble Humza. I don't even want to talk too loud. I might not never go back to no. I see cops and be like, and I ain't even doing nothing, and get to shaking and sweating like I'm fiending for some dope. So yeah, stay out of jail, stay free.
Yeah, shout out to Shiz. I see you, Shiz. Appreciate you, bro. Now, I just want to say something too, because I always say this all the time. I want to say something because a lot of the young boys is out here and a lot of them are acting crazy. But I just want to give some advice to the older guys and people, and just in the neighborhood, in the community. Just try to be gentle with the youngins, man. Just try to talk to them if you can, man, and try not to push them away. Whether you offering a job opportunity to them, just continue to be a positive light for them, man. Just be positive, because the negativity is going to push them away. And even in your household, a lot of us have sons and daughters, and sometimes we can try to be forceful with things. And if you're being forceful on them, it's going to probably push them away. I try to live my life as a Muslim, and no doubt I'm not perfect at all in anything that I do, but I'm just learning something. I've been learning something over the last couple of years, man. Just try to be gentle and patient when dealing with people. When I say be gentle, I mean be gentle in your speech, how you talk to them, but you can still be firm and to say what you got to say, because you don't want to push your kids away. You don't want to push the youth away. You don't want to push your friends away. You want to be inviting and allowing people to come and be a part of whatever's going on. And then a lot of people, and that's in position of power. Don't abuse your position of power. Use your position to help people, and don't be afraid or feel inferior or feel like somebody will come take your spot. Helping people is a good idea for anyone who's looking to get help. So make sure that you are applying yourself and being someone that's real instrumental in your neighborhood, in your community, and especially in your household.
It's another question that I want to answer, but I'm gonna answer it. I'm not gonna get too deep in it, but I'm gonna give you just the facts of it. As again, if y'all don't know, me and my brother, we're out of West Philadelphia. I got indicted back 2001. Mm-hmm. The name of my indictment was the CCO, the Courtney Carter organization. It was a lot of us on that case, 32 to 38 of us. I'm not going to get into the logistics of who told and who didn't tell. What I will tell you is I didn't tell. We was ranging everywhere. Charges was ranging everywhere from selling crack to watching out on the corner to murder. These were the charges that they charged in my indictment. Lawyers, yes, the lawyers was in there. A bunch of us had PDs. A bunch of us was going in there with court-appointed lawyers. For me, I had a court-appointed lawyer. My court-appointed lawyer tried to get me to take a deal in the beginning to 17 years. At the time, I was 21, 22, 17 years sounded like 17,000. I couldn't see myself doing no goddamn 17 years. Think about it. Could you see yourself at 20 or 21 doing 17 years? For me, I didn't. So I'm like, damn, so the lawyers be really trying to get you to plead out. Like, the feds got a 99.9 conviction rate. And out of that 99.9 conviction, 80% of that is dudes copping out. They tapping out. They don't even try to fight them. They got so much stuff and they scared of 300, 400, and 500, rightfully so, months. So out of that 99.9 conviction rate, 80 to 85% of that is taking a plea or telling. And I wasn't taking that plea, man. I wasn't taking those 17 years, man. I just couldn't see it. I'm like, I had just came home off of beating 2 homicides. I came home from State Road. I was locked up from 9/7 to 2001. Came home, beat 2 homicides. I was happy. 6 months later, I was indicted on a massive indictment. I'm like, well, damn. Y'all said y'all surveillance the indictment for 5 years, the CCO, which is the Courtney Carter organization. Y'all surveillance this for 5 years. I was only home 6 months of this 5 years y'all talking about. But they still gave me 6 months towards that 5-year indictment. And they sentenced me. They said I went to trial and I lost. I went to trial for about 11 working days, 11 business days. They deliberated on my case for about 4. And actually, I actually beat the conspiracy. I beat the conspiracy. Well, they threw it out because the jury came back like a hung jury. Me and my co-defendant, they broke us down in groups to go to trial. So the jury came back and they didn't know how to find me guilty of an overall conspiracy because my lawyer bring up they won't bring up that I was locked up for something else during the time they was surveillancing us. But they just be like, yeah, Mr. Jackson wasn't around from this amount of time to this amount of time. And Mr. Jackson is me. So the jury is sitting there, like, God damn, this man, y'all every time y'all bring something up, we don't even know. Well, what did he do? Now you got my charges from when they came and ran in the crib, and I was in there with guns and money and cocaine. So that's what they initially charged me with the conspiracy. But I actually beat the conspiracy. I am one of 2 people that actually hands down beat the conspiracy and still got sentenced the way I got sentenced. So, wow. If that, clarify some things that you had going on in your head, or if you want to ask a deeper question, ask it. But that's what happened with me in my case.
Hey, shout out to Booby Miles. Listen, you see me at the sheriff office, man. Why ain't come up to me and say what's up, man? I've been needing the love from people in the community, man, because I'm gonna show love, man. So you see me, man, walk up to me, man, say what's up, man, because I've been needing that. Maybe I can give you some words of advice, or maybe you give me some words of advice. It don't matter. We need to continue to build each other up, man, and not cause division. I want to say something too. This is my last thing I want to say. Speaking on the Muslims, why is it that it seems like all the masjids in the city is divided? Who's causing this division between all the masjids?
See, I don't really want to give my take.
I do,
on
but
it,
I hear you. But I just want to say, like, we got to come together, man. It's just I don't go over here because it's It's just
It's
too
gonna
much
always be
division,
there,
man.
Feek. It's gonna always be there.
The world is too vast to be.
Yeah,
we supposed to be united.
What we supposed
We
to
can get more accomplished if we together. Like people is don't go over here. You can't. Don't go pray over there. Don't go over there. Don't come back over this way. You shouldn't go down there. Like what? Why aren't we having conversations to fix the problems? Why aren't you if you were an imam here or you were someone over here, imam over here? Why can't we come together and talk? Who's not? What's going on? This, like, call it what it is. Is this we acting like females? No disrespect. I'm talking about the aspect of the emotional aspect of I'm not listening. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to. You know what I mean? Let's have a conversation, man. It's too much division. I'm tired of the division. When we gonna stop the division? When you the imam of this masjid, call this imam. Y'all meet up and have a conversation. Let's fix that. Stop the division. Stop it. We got to stop it because I'm starting to pay attention to what's going on and I don't like it, man. So therefore, let's come together. Let's find a way to talk. What happened to having a conversation whenever there's a problem? What happened to that? That was something that we used to. We couldn't even not speak. We in the hood. We could never walk past one another if we had a problem. I had a problem with you. I'm gonna talk to you. Let's go handle it. We're not gonna just walk past and have a problem. It's just I feel like sometimes people aren't the right people aren't in position. So we gotta. I'm not saying it's me. We gotta figure out who it is. Let's figure out who it is that needs to be in position because right now it's out of wax and everybody is just and it's not inviting. Nobody's is no camaraderie between the believers. I'm just speaking from our religion in the city. It's too much division. It's too much mistreatment of somebody because you might feel like this person is a certain kind of way or this person don't have no money or this person is in an addiction. What happened to helping that brother, being gentle to that brother and talking to that brother, giving him some advice to help him? What happened to that? What happened to having a conversation? I ain't saying you got to ride around with this brother in the car every day, but don't shun him, don't mistreat him. What happened to you got a problem with somebody, you call him and you talk to him? Not shun him or talk. You get in front of a microphone or whatever you in front of, or on your cell phone when you you ride around the car with your guys, whoever you riding with, and you backbiting, because you backbiting. So you gotta fix that. Somebody got to be in position who can help. Maybe the wrong person is in position. Maybe somebody need to stand on the minbar and give the khutbah, but it may not be a good leader. You might be able to go up on them. You might might have a lot of knowledge, but you may not be a good leader. Yeah. Maybe you just got to play that position as the imam as far as standing or giving the khutbah. Because everybody's not in position. Because we got to fix this. We got to fix these situations and put the right people in position. I'm not saying I know what's going on, but I think that it should start with a conversation between. There's no way that the masjid should be divided. The people that's spreading the dawah, why are we divided? Why are
I'm not even going to give my opinion on that because this is start a whole nother whirlwind. But I want to shout out to CPN 215. Say that he saw me in PennDOT. Man, come holler at me, man. I want to talk about it, man. As my brother said about the guidance, man, come holler at me, man. Come holler at me. Don't be, we ain't Joe, man. We got to the point to where we too cool now and we can't say nothing. Like, everybody too cool. That's what Wildwood told me. That's why dudes can't make no money now. Everybody want to be too uppity. And not to say that's a wrong thing or something like that, but we grown men. We grown. If I see you doing something that I like and it's good, I'm going to say something to you. Damn, bro, what's up, man? I seen such and such that you put out there, man. What's up, man? I think I could add to that or keep it up. Like, man, holler at me, man. I want to know the feedback. I want to know, even if you don't like it, let me know what I said that was wrong. We men. Yeah. We men, that's just it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But again, shout out to you, man.
Yeah. Gotta get people in position who can build these bridges, man, and not burn them.
Big fella.
I seen how you burning the bridge and you can't even swim. Who said that?
Big fella said, "What's the difference between a Muslim and a Philly Muslim in federal prison?" It's no difference, but this how they rock. Cause Shaq, you know how they carry us, man. They look at us as a gang, man. They called us Wahhabis, and a Wahhabi is a set of Islam, one of the sets of Islam, which is extremists. And we wear the isbels with the pants above the ankles and the likhya, the beard all clean and poked out. And then Philly dudes is more so, pumping the dawah in the system. A lot of dudes, alhamdulillah. Not to say that no other state has Muslims, no, but you have more so coming out of Philadelphia. You know, out of every 10 dudes that get off a bus from Philadelphia, 8 of them dudes is Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So we pump Islam, so now it's looked at as like, yeah, Philly dudes. And if, to be honest, the administration in federal jail look at Muslims as a gang. Why? Because you can have Muslims and you have Christians. A dude go up and smack a Christian in jail, ain't nothing gonna happen. They be like, damn, what you smack over here for? Unless he a man and he took up for his own self. You can't smack no Muslim. You cannot smack no Muslim in a lot of these joints I've been through, man. I'm talking about he could be a coward. I done seen rats take their shahada and the community will protect them. Dudes that get off the bus from his city or whatever this rat was and be like, man, I ain't tripping about dude being no Muslim now. We try and get him. In the Muslim community, be like, y'all ain't touching him. But you know, the ones that can think out the Muslims will be like, they'll go to the dude that got the situation or whatever, the Muslim brother now, and be like, listen, man, you know what you did with these people. We not letting them do nothing to you. So to avoid a greater fitna, which is trouble, the Arabic word that means trouble, to avoid that, you might as well go ahead and check in. But we not letting them do nothing to you. You understand? They want to beat you. They want your head on the platter. But they not doing that because you are Muslim. But you know, a lot of dudes come in there, you know, they hide underneath the banner of Islam, knowing that they told on 5, 6 dudes. They ain't got no win, ain't nobody with them. So they, assalamu alaikum, a bunch of assalamu alaikums. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, maybe this is what brought him to the fold of Islam. Allah makes Muslim, not man. You know, so, you know, there you go right there. So that's the difference between a Philly Muslim and a regular Muslim in the federal system. You know, so it is what it is, man. Any more questions? Give me.
Yeah. Come on, y'all. We're going to give y'all some more time before we get up out of here, but we want to, you know, just want to answer.
Like I said, every day, man, we might be a little bit off. We usually do the lives at 10:30, but it might, you know, sometimes we got lives too, man. We got to handle with the kids and family, and we might be a little late. We might be on time, but we coming. Don't y'all worry. We are coming. I want y'all to put that alert on y'all YouTube to let you know they on. Mm-hmm. They on, they popping. Put that alert. Make sure it send you the notification. Yeah. You don't want to, because we bringing people up here every day. People up here every day that been through these walks of life. Even people that haven't been to prison, that know people that's in prison. You know, they're riding. They're doing a bid. If they're holding down that individual, whether it be male or female, and they're holding down that individual, sending money, answering that phone, they're doing time. So you can come up here and talk about it too, like what's stressful to you, because we could be overwhelming in there. I call back to back, yo, what you doing? I just got off the phone an hour ago, what you doing? Because I ain't got nothing to do in there. I live my life through the outside world, so I'm calling, what color is the flowers now? You know, is the tree still green? Is it cold today? I ain't got nothing to talk about. I just want to talk, and that's just it, man.
Somebody said, what if a Muslim has a problem with another Muslim in jail?
The Muslims will get them 2 Muslim brothers together, man, and they got to squash that.
And why can't they do it on the street? That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Why we not doing it out here?
Well, out here is
nah, man.
But I'm not saying no. But out here, I'm just telling you the answer. Out here is so vague. I know it's non-man for that, but in there, you can't. It's tight knit. Meaning, you're not dealing with the masses like this. I could just leave. I could have a problem with you in Mookville and leave. I go back down north. You go out west, and I'm with my guy. In there, it's not getting away from you.
But everybody knows everybody, man. It's just, my thing is this, man. I'm just saying, like, somebody got to at least say something. Like, yo, why don't you go talk to because I didn't heard people go out, come up and try to expose conversations that they may have had a person, and they exposing it to the masses, like you trying to destroy the character of a person. You know what I'm saying? It's not thorough. It's not good. People got to have a conversation. Certain things shouldn't get out to the masses, especially if you got a problem with somebody, with your brother. You know, because I'm pretty sure we can have a conversation. We can fix it, in my opinion. You know, so that's just. I'm just tired of the division. The division is it's just crazy. The division is crazy, man.
But for B. Bates, if a Muslim has another, it's permissible to give your Muslim brother 3 days. Am I correct, Tofi?
Allahu Alam. Allah is best.
Okay.
I've heard things like that, but I could be ignorant to the fact, but I've heard people say that. So,
okay.
You know, Allah is best.
But how it's handled in jail, you really, like, and you in the community, like, the brother's not letting y'all do nothing to each other. They not, and if y'all do, somebody gonna have to go up top. Like, whoever was the aggressor, ain't no you going over there knocking out another Muslim. They is not having none of that, especially in them penitentiaries. None of that. And y'all both say La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening at all. And then to answer your other question, to go with that, you want me to write a book, James LaFlame?
Yeah, I told him the book coming soon. Book coming soon.
Yeah, I got it. I'll write that book, man. Y'all might cry, but man, I got look. If you all right, this he asked this. He say part 1. Brahim, have you ever thought it's enough men to take over a USP? The whole jail could come together and yes, take it over. But we ain't getting out. And guess who coming now? We could go ahead and put all the guards. Yes, we could do it. We could put the guards in the cell, had the keys and everything, and the guards know it. After that, you're not getting out. You're not getting out because they got when I say a rover, that's somebody that drives trucks around the jail, the outside, just to make sure ain't nobody trying to jump the gates or people trying to come and throw something, you know what I'm saying, or the wall. The National Guard is coming in next, buddy. And they got, let alone the police got beanbag guns and stuff like that and taser shields. But when the National Guard come in, they ain't doing no playing. So you could take over a jail for a couple hours, maybe a couple days, but you still ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then he said part 2, if you organize the top 50 men, would it be possible successfully to do? Absolutely not. You might could take over a unit for a couple hours, maybe even a couple days.
They coming in with them beanbag pepper spray.
No, that's what the guards coming in with.
That's what I'm saying. But
when the National Guard come, they ain't got no beanbags. They got assault rifles and bullets.
But I heard they shoot y'all with, not you, but I heard they shoot the inmates with rubber bullets.
The guards. We're talking about the National Guard now, Feek. You done took over
the National Guard are coming in there with no real.
Yes, they is. Really? Yes, they is. They coming in there with. They got certain towers and USPs. They got guns, not no beanbag.
But I thought it was rubber bullets.
No, they have. I'm letting you know. You keep asking the same question. you keep saying like I'm gonna change my answer. No, they have guards with guns. They have guns on premises. The people that's riding around the premise, they got real firearms. That ain't no beanbag gun. They have that to alleviate without killing you. Yes, but they had guns on deck. You think them people ain't got guns on deck? You done lost your damn mind.
Yeah. So I got another question. Somebody asked me to talk a little bit about my success. My success in life, comes from, Islam. But for me, as a businessman, I have a few business ventures. But we can chop it up. I'm the type of person where I like to keep things private. But if you ever see me, man, if you see me out, talk to me. You need some advice on business, whatever case may be. Reach out to me, walk up to me, talk to me. I can give you some advice based off of what I know from business. I'm not one of these people trying to sell you a business book or sell you a business and that because sometimes people will say you talk about a business, but they don't know nothing about the business. They just selling you a book. They're selling you something and they're saying, hey, this is. Well, I see people all the time do it all the time with these scams about this credit and this. Listen, man. The best way to fix your credit, in my opinion, is to, go in and dispute that stuff yourself, man. That's it. You don't need nobody. You don't got to pay. I'm not knocking nobody hustle, but it's just a lot of scammers out here. Just pay attention out here. But in business, my advice in business, anyone who want to do business, find something that you like to do. Find something that you like to do and do that.
Leaf Lee, they ain't find Derrick Groves yet. He out there running good. He better, stay low and try to stack him some dough.
What is it, boy, New Orleans?
Yeah. They ain't catch him.
They mad about that.
Yeah, they mad about that.
All right, we'll take a few more questions, then we gotta get out of here because we have some other things we gotta handle. But please, I'll give y'all another 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're gonna take some more questions and then we're gonna keep moving. But another thing I want to say, like I said, if anybody have any questions, and looking to get into any business, and you can contact TNS Licensing and Consulting. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting, and they can help you start a business there. They're on Instagram as well. Reach out to them, and they'll be able to assist you.
And CNP 215, excuse me. He said, I heard USPs have big walls and the FCIs have fences. Is that true? And what the big difference from the two? You are absolutely correct. Now, where there's something that you might don't know, they turn a lot of USPs to FCIs, like Atlanta. Atlanta first, when it was first built, it was a USP, but now they dropped the custody level to a FCI. But being as though they don't change. Atlanta has a wall around it because it's a USP originally, but they still behind the wall. They ain't gonna tear down that wall and make fences now because they made it a USP. No, it's just classified as a FCI now, not a USP. But the difference is one you can see out, the other one you can't. Like you got more of a chance, which you want, to escape from some fences because it ain't one fence. It'd be like 4 fences, and it got is electrocuted on it.
Electrical fence in there?
Yeah. They turn it on and off. Like when we go in and lock in, they turn that on. You know what I'm saying? So, because if you on that fence at night, you ain't supposed to be out there.
Rotisserie chicken, huh?
Behind with the barbed wire, and with the USPs, the wall. Yeah, you go ahead and forget about it. You ain't getting no them joints, the Great Walls of China's. So you ain't getting through out of none of that.
All right, yeah. So listen, man, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. You know, and thank everybody. Like I said, we're gonna do this every day, Monday through Friday, and sometimes maybe on the weekends. So we taking letters. You got anybody that's in prison, right? Give them the P.O. Box. That's P.O. Box 48279, Philadelphia, PA. That's P.O. Box 48279, Philadelphia, PA 19144. That's P.O. Box 48279, Philadelphia, PA 19144. They can send letters, whatever they want, you know, and we'll sit down and we'll read the letters here live on the show. We'll give feedback. And also to anybody out there that, you know, want to write us a letter, you can be on the street. You want to reach out to us and want us, you know, talk to us. If you can, reach out to us on Instagram or see us in the street, so forth and so on. But let us know, you know, how you feel, what's going on with you. You know, you could be having your first child, and you can be, you know, getting your first job, or getting a job, or getting a house for you and your family, whatever it is, and you want to be celebrated, you want us to talk about it. Reach out to us, man, and we're gonna definitely support you.
I want to answer one last question, man, from Ozzy Ones. I hope if I said that wrong, I apologize, but you know who I'm talking about. He said, when you get a chance, tell Feast I say what's up. Okay, cool. What's up with you, Ozzy? He say, 2, who elects or selects the imam? How does one get the title, position? The most knowledgeable person, the most knowledgeable in the deen. His adab. He can't be. You wouldn't put a knowledgeable renegade, because we got them in the community too. We got hotheads. You know, we got a bunch of hotheads and they won't think out of situation. He did what? We crushing them. You know what I'm saying? And he may know a lot of things, but that's just his character. So his adab, which means manners and morals, has to be intact, and he has to be knowledgeable. That's how they get selected.
All right, man. Anything else you want to say? Hey, listen, another thing too. Don't forget to go on to talesfromthejail.com to get your consultation. For anyone who's going to prison, you may not know what to expect. You're going in there, you could be scared straight. You don't know what to expect. Little small things like not looking in somebody's cell. You may find that out. Brahim can give you a lot of advice about going in. Then people that are in prison may have a business, may have some things going on in prison, and may have a tough situation in there. Reach out to us, talesfromthejail.com, and we can help you out. And then also for those who are being released from prison, may need some consultation about how they can get a job, where they can find a job, what they can do. Reach out to talesfromthejail.com. That's talesfromthejail.com, and book your consultation today. We can help you out. Anything else you want to say before we go, Young?
Stay free.
Stay free.
Stay free, man. Just take 1 second to make a false move and 1 second to make a right move. Just think about it for 5 seconds. Don't just go off that one. It costs you that fast to end up in there, man.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard it here first. Thank you for tuning in. It's Tales from